Can you feel this from a distance?
I took guitar lessons as a teenager. I was always very interested in music, but very quiet and introverted, and just kind of like quietly playing guitar, and like I would never even sing, and singing was very much later in my life. I wanted to have a band, and then I needed somebody to sing, and there was nobody else to sing, so I just kind of made myself do that until the real singer came around.
I knew from your demeanor that you were a kindred soul.
I got into performance through slam poetry. Mid-90s slam poetry was like going strong.
That was the thing.
That's kind of where I learned to be a performer. But I always wrote songs. Like I wrote songs always. I grew up steeped in it. My parents sang all the time and played music all the time. My dad would go to yard sales and get like old stereo equipment, and by the time I left for college there was a stereo in like every room of the house. It was like, do you want to play a record in the kitchen? Do you want to play a CD in the living room? Perhaps you want to play a mini disc. I remember thinking in high school about what it would be like to be in a band, and like, the pressure of having to like write songs all the time, like, would that be hard? Turns out like that's like exactly what I'm good at.
From between my lips, one by one,
reaching out.
Jeff had a large band called Coderino. It was like 7 to 9 member horns and keys and multiple vocals. As it happened, I also had a similar band. And when I caught Coderino, I was like, I
know you.
I thought it was kind of like that. It was like, I know you. I struck up a conversation with the band leader, as one does.
We could play a show together. Well, we could do that, but we should write some songs together. And that was like a dare.
We stayed really long at that bar that night talking, and the thing that really cemented our initial friendship, I think, was dead cat stories.
My cat had died recently.
When you meet someone you can talk about dead cats with in like a humorous way, like that you have something special.
It's not the same as the real thing. I like this better instead.
We kind of got our boost initially because we had a song placed on the podcast Welcome to Night Vale, which is a sort of spooky podcast for people who like, Twin Peaks and Prairie Home Companion.
Yeah,
and
with a fervent following.
People who like weird dark stuff. And so if you like weird dark stuff, like, you might like what we do. There's always a couple of Night Vale people at a show, and we can sometimes pick them out. Like,
yeah.
Like librarians and the like classics majors and like those folks, we have them. We seem to have a lot of like trans kids, especially on social media. We're like very embracing, and so I feel very honored to have been sort of adopted by that community.
Okay.
We love our fan base, and we love getting to interact with people personally at our shows, and like the intimacy of that really matters to us. We made friends from our fans. We've we have close personal relationships with people we've met.
Have you seen it in the glass? Cottage up on chicken legs. Better hope that she ain't home. Suck the marrow from your bones.
So this is our first show in front of real people since this whole pandemic.
Gosh, it'll be nice to play for real life people.
I know.
Our show is driven by the tarot cards. We have associated each of our songs with a particular card. So there's a bit of a surprise in it for us.
Yes, so we'll draw one card, and this will be the current situation. And we will play the song that is associated with this card.
Which is Baba Yaga.
Apples made of gold, like my sister, she would know. Baba Yaga.
We have a lighthearted approach to catastrophe, which wasn't as quite on the nose until recently.
I know.
Yeah. We never imagined our songs would be so
Topical.
topical.
Yeah.
Behind a fence of gold. Just a room for just one more. Served by little body friends. Just up the borderland. Leg and I and give you something good. good to eat. Papa Yaga.